Live tonight from the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park, your virtual sim racing action. Tonight we welcome you to Ultimate Dirt TV, the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Stephen McMillan in the booth with the coverage and the call of tonight's Wicked Energy Gum 410 Winged Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. And well, we are not too far away from getting into qualifying session. The practice session has just come to a close. 14 drivers making the track out to the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. 50 laps will be tonight's A main distance. All drivers will make the show. So again, it should just be 2 heat races, a 3-minute warm-up session, and then it'll be 50 laps on the board. Steve, welcome in to, once again, the Ultimate Dirt TV booth, and welcome back to the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be back with you. It seems like we've been away for a while from each other.
Yeah, it's only been about a week. Last week at the DOB Chili Bowl. But now
That's right.
Now it's the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. They make their return back to this Thursday night showing here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're also live on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page as well. Billy Rowley, the Racecraft 1, number 79 machine. Quick time 11.004 for the Countryside Stove and Chimney 01 of Kyle Stoltz. Let's see what kind of lap time Kyle Stoltz can produce. 4th quick at the moment with an 11.2 flat. Steve, you've got to be on the mark from the get-go. Qualifying, you only get 2 laps to make an impression, and that pretty much essentially lines up the heat races.
Definitely got to nail the hammer. But you know what, Brett? I'm just glad to be here to say the bad words.
You just love saying bastards. Let's get that out there.
That's
right
it,
now.
yeah.
Couple of Swindell Speed Lab drivers on track at the moment. James Eden's one of those cars, 10.886 is now quick time. He's got over a 10th on Justin Thomas. Adam Elby, 11.03, and Kendall Tucker on screen right now going to complete lap number 1. And we'll see where he ranks here in this qualifying session. In fact, that might have been, that was lap 1. I think he just had the contact with the wall, but we'll see what lap time Kendall Tucker can produce here. Can it be? It's 11.040, and he's a 10th half off the pace. And well, James Edens, he has certainly got this field covered at the moment.
Yeah, kitty.
Me, wow, is what we're going to go with for James Edens. There we go. Innovative. We love it here. Let's get the chat up. In fact, I didn't have the chat up. So that is practice, and that's qualifying, in fact, wrapped up here. We are just going to have 2 heat races, 7 cars in each heat race. Of course, pole position is going to be occupied by tonight's quick time, but let's find out who and what starts where with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Ten laps the distance for both heat races tonight. Starting on pole, the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by Dirty Old Bastards. And in car 52, it's James Edens to occupy that pole position. On the outside of the front row of the Racecraft 1, number 79 machine, that's Billy Rowley out of position number 2. Inside second row will be car 31, that's Tyson Landis to his outside at a position 4. Also for Swindell Speed Lab, it's Adam Elby. Inside third row, he's been the points leader for the series so far. He had a fantastic couple of weeks to open up the series in car number 91 for Elbows Up Sim Sports. It's Anthony Job on his outside in car number 21, Tyler Henselman. Lining up at a position 7, and your final starter in this field in car number 127, it is Stephen Hill for 10 laps around the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Steve, let's not pick the obvious on who's going to win, because we get the feeling that we both think it's going to be James Edens. So how about we go for something out of the box? Who finishes 5th here in this one?
Who finishes 5th? Let's go with Tyson Landis. And hello, Gordon Garrett.
Always in the chat. Gordon, we appreciate the support. And not only us, but of course we know you like to lurk around to the other broadcasting companies. So I'm sure they are very much appreciative of the support as we get set for green flag action off of turn number 4. James Edens going to lead the field down out of turn number 4 into 1 and 2 for the first of 10 circuits. As look at Rowley just getting into the wall there. Adam Elby now on the outside. Edens into the wall. 3 wide for the race lead. Billy Rowley to the number 1 spot.
You know, you look at Billy Riley, he's strong on the high side, and you look at Adam Elby right behind him. But look at Tyson Landis trying to battle on the bottom side, but the high side just has a lot of momentum. But you look.
Just cut out there, but yeah, look at Adam Elby now to the inside on Billy Riley. That's at number 1 and 2. Can't make the move. Riley too good on the top side of the racetrack. James Edens falling back to position number 5. Not something that we'd normally see. And again, that mistake from James Edens to make the way down into turn number 3 and 4. And it's still Billy Riley to continue to lead this field. 5 down, 5 to run.
And you look right now, you see your second place in the wall there, bounces off. Oh, more contact with Tyson Landis after he bounced off the wall into Tyson.
Eden's got a good run there on the outside of Landis. Job now trying to work to the middle of the circuit into turn number 3 and 4. Job in 4th position. Tyler Henselman back there in 5th. Now under pressure by the 74 of Adam Elby. Elby trying to get a run now into turns 3 and 4, trying to catch up to the back of Job. 2 to go, Steve.
That's right, 2 to go. And Billy Riley with a huge lead out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. White flag. Brett, bring us home.
Yeah, he's looking all too easy at the moment. So number 79 machine to start on pole of tonight's main event. The win will go to Billy Riley. Second across the line is going to be James Edens. Third will be Tyson Landis. Then we go back to Anthony Job in 4th. Adam Elby 5th. Tyler Henselman 6th. And Stephen Hill to round out the 7 cars in heat race number 1. Heat 1 complete, Steve. And the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Wing Sprint Car Series heat number 2. Let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Alrighty, starting your front row is car number 23 is Justin Thomas on his outside, and this Swindell Speed Labs car number 00 Kendall Tucker. Your second row inside, and in car 110 it's Kevin Hanley, and then you have the 92 of Mike Keegan. Your third row inside is Kyle Stolz, and then Chris Roberts on his outside, and Craig Dunn will bring up the.
Well, yeah, Craig Dunn not getting a lap in qualifying, and that's certainly going to what could potentially hurt his chances later on. Steve, if he's going to have any sort of chances going towards the front, he needs to make moves, needs to advance in this heat race.
Definitely, you're going to have to.
All right, the Mode Media House number 23 machine. He will lead us to the green flag. Next time by, the pace truck will, of course, move to the infield. Make sure you check out Wicked Energy Gum on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. You can check out their website as well, wickedenergygum.com, I believe it is. Of course, check out Wicked Cushion, Dirty Old Bastards, and of course our sponsor here at Ultimate Dirt TV World of Thunder Racing. Steve, 10 on the board.
And we're going green flag racing. Justin Thomas on the lap on a good start there. Kendall Tucker got kind of loose on that start. As you look at the come out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Kendall Tucker holding off his challenger right now, Mike Keegan, for that second spot. He closes the door. They go to turn number 1. Keegan to the bottom, hits the tires. And you look, there is Tucker with momentum out of turn number 4. He's closing up on Thomas. Brett.
Yeah, Tucker looking for the lead out of turn 2. Slide job. He gets into the concrete wall. And Keegan and Thomas both get on by as they were going to relegate Kendall Tucker there back to that 3rd position, but Tucker back to the inside. Look at the 4-car battle behind him, and we are watching Keegan in the X machine. The team SETI just ripping the lip around here at the Limaland Motorsport Park. 4 down, 6 to go, and Justin Thomas, you're about to have company here in the second in the form of the number 92 X machine of Mike Keegan.
As you look at Keegan, he is chasing down in a heartbeat. Coming down turn number 2. Momentum on his side. Going into turn number 3. Thomas running the middle line. Keegan up high. They cross the start-finish line. That gap is closing every lap for it. Every second it gets closer and closer.
Yeah, it certainly is. Take a look at the Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras out the back of your race leader, the number 23 machine of Justin Thomas. Now we'll get to take a look at just how Mike Keegan works the wheel. 2 to run, Steve. You might as well bring us home because here comes Keegan on the inside.
As Keegan looks to the bottom and go down the back straightaway, he goes into turn number 3, and they exit turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go, but look here. It's the 00 Kendall Tucker now. Battle with Keegan. He's now in second spot, going down into turn number 3. Ducks it down low, takes the lead out turn number 4. He will win heat race number... Well, yeah, he will win heat race number 2. Justin Thomas is second, Mike Keegan third, Kyle Stolson fourth, Kevin Hanley. Brett, that was a close race at the line.
I wish I had just spoken over you just before when I said they were coming to 2. When they went into turn 1 and 2, they're on the penultimate lap. I was almost going to say Kendall Tucker is going to win this sucker from that 3rd position. And boy, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't actually get to... Well, I had the opportunity, I just didn't say it. But man, what a run for that 00 machine. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Of course, with this 2-minute warm-up session, we're already 30 seconds into it. So we're going to take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and pay a couple of bills. And before we throw it into our...
And a babysitter. And food for my child. Don't take the money for my food for my
I just want
child.
to give a shout out to Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, Dirty Old Bastards, and World of Thunder. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You are watching the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Steve, who's it presented by?
Who?
Who's it presented by?
Wicked. Oh, the Dirty Old Bastards! I love that name. I can't believe I almost forgot it.
Jesus, all right, we'll take a quick break. Welcome back, race fans, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Wing Sprint Cars, presented by
Dirty Old Bastards.
He loves saying it. Your A-Main, 50 laps on the board. We'll take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Hey, Kyle Tipton.
Starting on pole in caliber 79, Billy Rowley on his outside, the 00 of Kendall Tucker.
Row number 2 is James Edens and Justin Thomas.
Row number 3 inside with the 31 of Tyson Landis on his outside in caliber X. It's Mike Keegan, position 6.
Anthony Job and Kyle Stoltz in row number 4.
Adam Elby will start position 9, Kevin Hanley in the 110 out of P10.
Tyler Henselman and Chris Roberts.
Then we go back to Stephen Hill and Craig Dunn to make up your 14 car field. Steve, who do you like in this one? Who gets the job done after 50 laps?
The person that don't hit the wall or the little U tires in the inside of the track.
Well, I just get the feeling someone's going to win tonight.
Someone's going to win. It might be Kyle Tipton in the chat. I mean, it can very possibly happen. Or even Gordon could win. Pace truck pulls off. We're going green flag racing for 50 laps. And you look at it, Billy Riley on the gas into turn number 1.
Yeah, Rowley will lead down the back straightaway for the first of 50 circuits. Justin Thomas, and we've also got Kendall Tucker working the low side of the racetrack. Lap number 1 belongs to Billy Rowley. Look at a lot of the drivers, Steve, are working the bottom side of the racetrack. We're here at the night time now. The lights are on. The track is a little bit slicker than what these drivers may have anticipated. But already a couple of different grooves developing right now, Steve, as they make their way down the back straightaway. Landis and Keegan come together. And do we stay green? Yes, we do. Well done, boys.
You know, this track, since the update, has changed a lot, and we're going to have another update coming in February like that. Maybe that'll affect the track conditions, maybe. Hopefully, they could do some little changes, some tweaks there to make it a little better. But look right now, Kendall Tucker battling for lead out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Riley, you better be on the gas pedal, buddy, because Kendall's fixing to take it away from you.
Yeah, Tucker's been superb tonight, getting the heat win after running third with 2 to run. Now he's challenging Rowley for the race lead once again on the exit of turn number 4. That completes lap number 6. Steve, we've seen many races here at the Limaland Motorsports Park go green to checker. There's something about this racetrack that these drivers just love. They love to get up on the wall. They love to run that inside line close to those U ties. And right now, the top 2 are just checked out from the rest of the field. Rowley and Tucker driving away from third place driver Justin Thomas.
Yes, they are. And you look, Tucker trying to make something happen out of turn number 4. James Eden's in that 4th spot. Adam Elby 5th right now. And you know, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're single file there.
Yeah, watching Justin Thomas and James Eames, they're going to continue to go side by side through 1 and 2. It's Thomas through the middle of the racetrack. Eames is down low. And look who's behind him. Adam Elby trying to run the cushion through 3 and 4. James Eames now moves into 3rd position. But Billy Rowley, Steve, very impressive right now out in front in that racecraft 1, number 79 machine.
Definitely, he must have eaten a can of tuna, that's for sure, because he's swimming away from the rest of the field, and he's actually pulled away from Kendall Tucker right now.
And now watching again, going back to this 3rd, 4th, and 5th battle on screen at the moment. Edens has now moved to the top of the racetrack. He's trying to run the cushion. Adam Elby up there as well. And Elby looking to get around Justin Thomas. Does so now. We're down into turn number 3 and 4. And Justin Thomas about to get shuffled back to position number 5. That is 12 laps complete. Make that 13 laps complete, 37 to run. Steve, we are on track to go the distance.
We're definitely on track. You know, Cal Tipton says he's picking the person to come in first to win the race.
Wow, you should get a job with the broadcasting company. That's some quality stuff there. Thomas Kears, thank you much for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. We're watching Justin Thomas on screen right now with Mike Keegan and Kyle Stoltz, 5th, 6th, and 7th on screen at the moment. And boy, oh boy, we got a battle on for the race lead as well as we go back up front as Tucker trying to make the moves and advances on the 79 machine of Billy Rowley.
You know what's impressive is like every time Tucker gets beside Rowley finds his head of steam to motor on by.
Hey, it's almost like that he's finding another gear just to get up and go. Maybe just got that sprint car, or maybe just sitting on cruise control at the moment. That is 18 complete, 32 to run. Steve, there's still a fair bit of time left in this race, and with 13 cars still left on the racetrack, with how short this racetrack is, we are definitely going to embark on lap traffic.
Definitely going to embark in it, and you know, I guarantee you something. Most of these drivers will give it up to the leaders and let them race it out. But there might be 1 or 2 who tries to hold them up. I doubt it.
All right, well, let's go through the first official car on the track, looking to try and stay on the lead lap. The 57 of Craig Dunn, and after not getting a qualifying time in, was a little hard on the 57 right now, but Adam Elby, in fact, up to position 3. James Eden's back to 4, so those drivers swapping positions. Then we go back to Kyle Stoltz in 5th. Mike Keegan 6th. Justin Thomas struggling right now in that 7th position.
Definitely struggling, you know, and Anthony Joe, he's currently in 8th. He has a little ways to go till he's on the back end of Justin Thomas. But back up front, you got Tucker back on the rear end of Billy Riley as they start to close up on lap traffic. They're in turn number 1, coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Riley kind of chokes up there, makes a little contact, him and Kendall Tucker. But now look at Tucker, slide job on Riley back underneath down the back straightaway. Brett, awesome sight to see.
Yeah, we're just getting a look at the beautiful onboard shots thanks to Black Diamond Motorsport. And these drivers just trading positions right now as Kendall Tucker is going to have the lead. Into turn number 3 and 4. Lap 27 is complete. 23 to run, and as they got the lap traffic, Steve, that's where things changed. As Kendall Tucker waited for his opportunity and pounced at the right time.
Ooh, one car got kind of loose in front of Kendall there.
James Eden's into the wall.
Oh, James Eden's in the wall. We got action all around this track, and there you look, the 00 getting around.
In fact, Eden's about to pull into the infield right now. James Eden's rear end is busted on that race car. So rather, instead of bringing out a caution flag, he pulls it back to the pits and realizing his night is done. So tats off to Mr. In fact, it was Elby. In fact, I think I said Edens, but James Edens is now back in the 3rd spot. 31 down, 19 to run.
As the drivers continuing to battle, there's a battle for lap traffic for a spot. As you look at Tucker, get around one more car as they come out of turn number 4. Tucker really working well on the high side. So is Billy Riley. Billy Riley now losing ground to Tucker last couple of laps. Now Landis getting to put a lap down almost as Tucker will exit turn number 4. Now Landis is 1 lap down.
Yeah, right now we've just completed lap number 33. So still 17 to run for your race leader. Turns 3 and 4. He has just been superb here tonight. Again, a very patient drive for the number 00 of Kendall Tucker. We're coming up to 15 to go, so a little over a heat race and a half distance left in this one. There's a chance that, well, how far can Kendall Tucker lap up to? Again, yes, this is a short field, but this field, Steve, anyone on their given night is capable of picking up a main event victory.
That's right. And, you know, right now, Roberts is be the next car to go a lap down, and he's only round about 6 or 7 car lengths ahead of Tucker as he exits turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And, you know, really, Brett, this field is strung out.
Yeah, that indeed it is. But as the lap starts to wind down, as Kendall Tucker just continues to hitting those marks on the top side of the racetrack, you've got to wonder, does he ever go back down to the bottom just to test what's down there? Or is he happy just and content on just hitting his mark on the top? But again, you've got that risk versus reward factor that will come into it, Steve, as we've got 11 to run.
11 to run as you see Tucker going out down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's even closer to Roberts now, trying to put Roberts a lap down as they go into turn number 1. Roberts sticking to the low side, Tucker running the high side there. And, you know, if you look at Tucker, his exits change almost every lap.
Well, let's keep an eye on that 00 up front and take a look at some of the drivers as well. We've got James Edens going around Kevin Hanley there in turns 1 and 2. Hanley again, the lap car. Watch Edens run trying to just slide himself running that slider line, Steve, but he's not entering all the way down. He enters mid-track, slides it up, and this time he in fact stabs the brakes and tries to keep the wheels underneath him and trying to get around the bottom side. So lap time at the moment, Billy Rowley in fact was quicker than your race leader a couple of laps ago. But I mean, it's one thing to be quicker, but you know, when you're about a second away from the race leader, it's not going to make all that much of a difference, especially when we've only got 6 to run.
6 to run, and you know, Riley's saying someone's got to win this race.
Well, there's a good chance with now only just a handful of laps left to go. At Kendall Tucker for Swindell Speed Lab, the 00 machine is going to be on his way to victory lane with now 4 circuits around the Limaland Motorsports Park left.
Only 4 circuits, and there's the snake in the house. As you look at Tucker exiting back on the back straightaway into turn number 3, he will be coming out turn number 4 as the car's on the wall in the front.
Kevin Hanley there got a busted rear end. Tucker trying to get by him. Hanley trying to do the right thing and, well, almost cost Kendall Tucker, I'm not going to say a win, but man, it certainly cost him some ground. 2 to run this time, buying down into turn number 1 and 2. Rowley still rides in the 2nd position. 3rd is still James Edens. As the white flag about to come out, you'll hear it from race control. There it is. One more circuit. The Wicked Energy Gun 410 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by
Dirty old bastards!
out of turn number 4. Kendall Tucker victorious. Second going to go to Billy Rowley. Third at the line is going to be James Edens. Edens really caught up to Billy Rowley there in those last 5 to 6 laps. But man, oh man, Kendall Tucker, he was just superb. And well, we can almost say he was dominant here tonight.
Definitely dominant. You know, Billy Riley was good. 20 laps he gave, but once Tucker was around him, it was all Tucker. And the storybook was. So, I mean, what a great run. We're fixing to get the top 3 into the Discord for an interview. That'll be happening momentarily. But, you know, you look at it, great racing, no cautions, green flag racing start to finish. Even the cars that hit the wall, the busted rear ends, they drove it back down into pit lane. All drivers were respectful with the leaders coming up on them. I mean, what better way to end up a night, Brett?
Yes, that's correct, Stephen. Well, this is why they are one of the best 410 leagues out there. We do have second place ready to go. We are just awaiting the arrival of first and third, of course, James Edens and Kendall Tucker.
The bus.
Yeah, that'll be Billy Rowley as well. So we might actually we just had another sub on YouTube, so let's get to that one first. Steve, what did you make of that one? 50 laps, flag to flag.
I loved it. That was some great racing.
Think about it this way: we're not even at 32 minutes, and we've had qualifying, 2 heats, and a feature.
Hey, you know what? Maybe some drivers and some of us leagues can learn something from this. Just saying.
If only, Steve. If only. Let's get to where I needed to go. So, not one caution that entire night.
Not a single one.
Tell you what, we're going to go down to Victory Lane right now and chat to the driver that comes away victorious here tonight in kind of a 00 for Swindell Speedlab. It's Kendall Tucker. Kendall, congratulations on this victory, boy. I want to say dominant, but you had to be patient there at the start. But nonetheless, 50 green flag laps and you get the win. How's that one?
Yeah, it was definitely it was a good race right there. Me and Billy had a heck of a battle. I was just being patient, was just kind of waiting on the track to widen out, and I was just tried that diamond line out in 3 and 4 right there, and got a really good run off that moisture right there off 4, and was able to slide him. And just we started trading sliders back and forth, and that I just knew I needed to get into a battle with him, and just was able to get clear of him. Was just trying to be patient, working through lap traffic, and just glad to see that go 50 green flag laps.
How difficult was the track tonight? Because during the heat races and even at the start, there was a lot of guys on the bottom side. We were all tempted to go back down low late in that race, considering you had about a second and a half lead over the rest of the field, or were you just sort of worried about hitting your marks on the top side and just just trying to run your own race?
My car was definitely a lot faster up top at the end of the race. I was really good early on the bottom when there was a lot of moisture down there, and it seemed like every lap I would run, the lane would just get more and more slick, and it was just wearing out really fast. And I knew was going to have to make a move at some point, and just wasn't able to get clear of them on the bottom, and just stuck back in line and just was trying some different things out, and just set them up at the right time, and just made the pass, and just was trying to be patient from then on out.
Well, congratulations on going to Victory Lane here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. You got the win in your heat race, and I was actually going to call it with about 2 to go, but I didn't. But you started outside front row, so overall, a pretty successful night for you and the team.
Yeah, it was a good night. Just hopped on here last second with the boys and saw they was running, so we just decided to get in here and run it and support Chris and all the guys over here. It's a fun league. We'd just like to see the car count get back up to somewhere close to what it was, but just hopefully with time it'll get back to that way. Just we'll stick with them as long as they keep putting the races, and hopefully we'll get some more drivers.
All right,
I got a question though before we let him go.
Yep, go.
By chance, did you happen to see a snake in the pits?
Did I see a snake in the pit area?
Yeah.
Nah, we parked outside the pits this week.
Oh, okay. Good
A
thing.
lot of hate mail been coming my way this week. Was just staying away from everybody.
Why is that? Is it because you're fast? Why do people hate fast people?
I don't know.
Or is it drama promoting from other places?
It is what it is. People are gonna have their own opinion of you, but at the end of the day, they gotta race you, and I'm gonna race everybody as clean as I can. But just yeah, if they want to play games, we can play that way. I'll leave it at that.
No, we'll let you think something before we let you go, buddy.
Yeah, just gotta thank all the guys over at Swindell Speed Lab, James Edens especially, everything, all the help he gives to me. Appreciate him for also taking it easy on me. He was a lot slower tonight than he has been in the last week or two. He's been super fast, but just glad we was able to get this car up front and get it some broadcast time tonight, and we'll get off here and do some pre-calculus homework, and I don't know, read some more hate mail possibly.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
sure there'll
why
be a
don't
lot
you
of it.
bring it with you the next league race we broadcast? If you just give us the hate mail, we'll read them on the air.
I'll leave everybody anonymous.
Oh, okay.
All right,
You know,
we're gonna wrap
what
this
was
one up.
that one show that would
That could
say
have
like
been.
dear something? You know, it used to this comedian would read the letters. It was dear. Oh Lord, I can't remember.
I wouldn't have a clue, honestly. Any other chat,
Oh
boys?
yeah, you're from Australia, duh.
Yeah, duh. All right. Stevie standing by with the tuna can of Billy Rowley home in second position.
Well, Billy, congratulations on your second place finish.
Well, thank you. Anytime you can lead some laps and run second to Tucker and be in front of Edens, no matter how you got there, that's a good night in my book.
Hey, that's all that matters at the end of the night. You had a good night. You led around about what 20 laps. I mean, the car looked strong, and in the first couple times Tucker tried to get the side of it, he's like he found another gear, just drove on off and left it behind. But finally, at the end, Tucker started, trying different lines, trying to where to hit the brake and get on the gas, and he finally got around you. What do you say about these lap cars too? I mean, they were respectful to get out of the way while y'all were racing. I mean, what more could you ask for?
No, it was a really good racetrack, really fun. I felt great at the beginning of the race, and then once the track started slicking off, I just kind of I tapped the wall a couple times and just went, here we go, we're gonna blow another one, and then um, luckily didn't hit it too hard, but after Tucker got by and he started kind of checking out, I was keeping pace with him for 4 or 5 laps, then I'd start slipping or overdriving it, and then I'd fall back, and then I'd get my rhythm going again. But all in all, good night.
Well, congratulations. Go ahead, tell us who made it all possible for you to run tonight, sir.
Well, first and foremost, just want to send my condolences out to Jared Andretti and the rest of the Andretti family. We lost John today, and um, sad deal. He's been a big part of the sprint car community, at least in Indiana, for the last few years with Jarrett, and didn't know him real well, but he was always a good guy, always friendly, super good to talk to. Just sucks that he's gone, but thanks to the boys over at Elbows Up Simsport. Uh, AJ AJ started doing a lot of setup work with us here the last few weeks, and trying to get qualified for the Pro Series, and it's been paying off. Been really fast everywhere. But Hergot Real Estate, Racecraft One. We've got a dirt development program coming up. Zydax PCs, Wicked Energy Gum, Motorsports Beat. Just everybody that helps us out. We really appreciate it.
Well, congratulations. That's Billy Riley coming in second spot. Back to you, Brett.
Yeah, thank you very much. In fact, just getting something different while we're doing this on stream, and you're about to see back to our old sort of overlay Victory Lane, but we've got the fireworks going in the background. So we hope you enjoyed that one. We'll chat to our third place runner here tonight in caliber 52. It's James Edens. James, congratulations. Somewhat of a night that some would say you might have struggled a bit here tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit. He got the wall there first lap of the heat race and fell back, and then I think we got in the wall a couple times there in the heat, and then just went too low on the gear for the feature, and kind of set up for the last 10 laps, and was kind of hoping for a caution there at least after halfway to close the gap back up on those guys, but it didn't happen. So
Almost maybe you left your run sort of a little late in that one. You sort of caught up to Billy there in those last sort of 5 or 6 laps. Do you think that maybe if you had gone 5 to 10 laps early, that you might have had a chance to get by him to where you might have had an opportunity to get by Kendall there in those final laps?
For sure. I just, I went a little lower on gear than Kendall did. He took off early, and I was kind of struggling with the top there in the mid half of the race, and he just got way too far out front. Elliott there, and then I just really needed a caution late, but it didn't happen this time. So 50 laps green to checker though is a good run.
Yeah, not one caution all night, 70 laps green to checker all the way. So hats off to not only you but of course all those other drivers in the league as well. But I guess overall a third place in this series. Again, obviously you'd like to be maybe 1 or 2 steps higher up on this podium, but you can't be too disappointed with coming away with another podium here tonight.
No, just bad choice on my part that probably cost us a first or a second there. So we'll just learn and move on to the next one.
All right, well, we'll let you get out of here and we'll let you thank some sponsors before we let you go, buddy.
I just got to thank all the Speed Lab guys, all the sponsors over there, Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear. I think that's it.
Wankers for wheels.
What was that one?
Wankers.
That is David Heilman in the
Wankers?
background.
He's an absolute tool, that bloke. Seriously.
I thought he said wankers.
Seriously, he's lucky I'm not over there.
I'll tell him.
What did he say?
He said he's lucky he's not over.
You just tell him. You just say, if there's a Knoxville trip coming next year, he better watch out because I will punch him.
And don't be in the same room with him because he's going to start slamming his head in the door.
That's a bit excessive. I was just going to punch him once, but anyhow. We'll let you get out of here, James.
All right, later.
All right, there we go. Now, before we go, we are going to bring in the owner here of Dirty Old Bastards, Mr. Chris Roberts, as he's got some few words to say.
I just got to, praise the guys that have been showing up and running 2 weeks in a row, caution free. Count the heat races too, because those were all caution free. I mean, we've gone 125 laps green over the past 2 weeks in the 410s. Like I told the drivers, the size of the field's not there like it used to be after the restructuring, but man, the quality of racing, there's nothing out there. You can't beat that, and that just showing. For anybody who's listening and interested or working up our ladder system, the ladder system works. You get to be the best of the best once you reach the 410s, and it's proven that the best of the best most of the best are out there. And I mean, the racing's been fantastic the past 2 weeks. Wouldn't you say, Brett?
I mean, not just the past few weeks. I mean, ever since we come on, I think sort of the past month, even when there was question marks over tracks like Williams Grove, USA, I've let it be known quite a fair bit to not only league owners, but through broadcast. They are not the best tracks, but we've seen both of those tracks here in the past 4 or 5 weeks. And I think we had 3 cautions at the Grove, which, to be honest, I was super surprised that the racing was fantastic. And at USA, we went caution free. So it just goes to show you that yes, the restructure has worked. Now, if people want to get involved in maybe running a 305 and trying to work their way up through the 360s and into the 410s, how do they do that, Chris?
We got 2 305 series going on right now. We got a 305A series, which has a waiting list of about 37, 38 drivers on it right now. And due to that big list, we made up a 305B series, and they run after the A series to try and help with that waiting list. And I think there's still about 19, 20 spots open in the B series. So at the end of the season, actually we had Cameron, I believe it's Merriman. He actually got quick promoted up to the 360s a couple weeks ago, because if you win 3 in a row in your series that you're running in, you can be promoted up. And he's now won 4 in a row in the 305s. So he's still on a roll there, but he got promoted up to the 360s. So his first 360 race was Tuesday night at the Grove. And then you can do the same thing in the 360s to get moved up to the 410s. But come into the season, I'll base it on, how you finished in points, how clean you were with your average incidents per race. And as I hopefully move up a good bit of 360 guys. I mean, I still got a lot of room in the 360s to play with anyhow. So move up some 360 guys to the 410s, and I'm hoping to move up a lot of 305 guys up, and that will also open up the waiting list too. And just, if you feel like you're confident and you meet the requirements and you receive an invite, you're more than welcome to take that invite up and try your hand at the next level. If you want to run another season or so where you're at, or you're just happy running 305s, 360s, that's more power to you. You can do that. So just a nice ladder system to, work your way up. I know some guys probably deserve to be higher, but put the effort in, the time, work your way up. You can see the racing at the top levels been fantastic. And heck, Brett, even Tuesday night, the 360s, 24 cars at Williams Grove, and we had one yellow only because somebody missed pit road and got stuck in the fence and couldn't get cleared off before the leaders got there with 3 to go. So that race almost went green to checkered 30 laps at Williams Grove.
Yeah, you almost don't sort of hear that very often. But Chris, thank you very much for your time here tonight. We appreciate it, and glad to be back here on the 410 Sprint Car Series side of things.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, Brett. Nice to have you back, and we'll continue this great racing here in the 410s. Hopefully more of the drivers in the series will come out as the weeks go on. And I got to get ready to go do some super late model racing here in just a few minutes.
All right, there we go. Chris Roberts, owner here at Dirty Old... What is it, Steve? Where's he from?
Dirty old bastards!
Setting you up for that one nicely, Steve. We said it through the interviews there with the drivers. 70 green flag lap, not one yellow. Again, this is probably one of the best places to be here on a Thursday night.
Definitely a place to be and watch. But I'm going to tell you this. You see Chris, he talks about the restructuring process. And I'm going to tell you this, from a league owner to a league owner, there's a lot of us scratching our heads because there's a lot of leagues that are full of drama and crap stirring right now. And it's bleeding over to other leagues. And that's something I can admire, Chris. He has shut it down, brought it back. And his league's drama free, and you can see it on track week in and week out. Who can go green flag racing nonstop? That means weeks in a row, and maybe some other leagues need to start paying attention. It's not about how many cars you get on the track or you get loaded into the lobby. It's about the quality drivers in your league. And when these league owners start to realize that, Brett, we might get good racing. But until then, maybe we all just need to stay broadcast and watch the Dirty Old Bastards, and hopefully maybe something will trickle down to these other league owners that something needs to be done.
All right, well, that'll wrap us up here from the Limaland Motorsports Park, Steve. As always, thank you for joining me here in the booth on this Thursday evening. We'll let you get out of here and go look after your old boy and get some sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I got to pay the babysitter and try to find some money for the baby to eat.
And that'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, Dirty Old Bastards, and World of Thunder Racing League. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, we say farewell and good night from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Until next Sunday night for the World of Thunder triple header, the Super Late Models UMP Modified Series, and the 410 Wing Sprint Car Series presented by the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways and DirtFan.com. We'll see you then. Good night.